What is up, guys? We are back at the warehouse again, and we are slaving away on the Cressida as always. I just wanted to show you some things on the outside. We are getting a new driveway put in, and the driveway to go into the warehouse itself is all done, and you can see, look at that transition. Absolutely perfect for any kind of low car, super low car friendly. Very little lip at the edge here. It's just a good thing that there's no curb or anything like that I have to go up, especially since it's so narrow. I couldn't really take it on too much of an angle. Over here, we're gonna be doing almost kind of like a parking lot just here and there. Obviously, this still has yet to be done, but at least the important part is done, and that's good because Frank, I think, is gonna be taking his car down here, so that way he's gonna be able to work on it in the winter. I think he's gonna be doing some stuff to the 240, so he'll probably be down here shortly, probably within a couple of days or so. I don't really know when he plans on taking it here. I got George and Dakota here. George doing his Spanish vlog. And Dakota's working on this fender here. So hopefully, plan for today is to get this actually done, finished in primer, and then hopefully George can get this entirely done. Do you know how much more you have to bring this out?
It's pretty much brought out to where it needs to be brought out, and I'm just gonna block it and do one wipe of filler.
Oh, you're gonna do Bondo now, or are you gonna do the Bondo glass next?
Yeah, no, this is all Bondo glass.
I know, but in the next layer, are you doing any more Bondo glass?
No, I'm gonna block this off.
Okay, so that means that this is pretty much as wide as it needs to go. So this is really close, and just because how the rest of this is laid out, we were talking about this earlier, that this panel is pretty much there already. It needs very little work.
This is where we're at now. We need to be at that line right there. So from here to there. So I'm just gonna add that. This is what, fucking less than a 16. So I'm gonna do that with Bondo once I block this off.
Yeah, so George really likes to use the Bondo whenever it starts to get down to, you know, getting close, just because it lays a lot smoother and there's a lot less air bubbles. Sometimes this Bondo glass likes to create little air bubbles, just like right there. Yeah, so essentially he's using the hair to build up, but then the Bondo to fill in all the little stuff. Yeah. And then to be the end finish, because this stuff doesn't really finish quite as nice.
And then on top of the Bondo, I'll show you next time, I'll bring the glazing putty. You can mix it with honey, and it's technically like a liquefied version of filler, and that gets rid of the tiny little pinholes and everything too. And then I like to use like a 2K primer once everything's already perfect underneath the surface.
Sounds good. Also, another kind of like maintenance thing besides the driveway is we got this here working. It's got to be like 78 degrees in here, so this is really, really optimal for body work. So a little bit of an update. I've got this almost entirely done. I don't think we'll need any more Bondo. We just need a little bit more time, and we ran out of pads for the DEA. So I'm gonna need to get that before I can finish that off and put that initial primer. This, I haven't been able to hit this too much. I just put that on there, and then I took the cheese grater to the edges that were sticking out a lot, but I'd say this is getting there. And then George over here got a little bit more Bondo on here, just covering up a little of the pieces. And then I'd say it's pretty damn close. I'd say, how much more work?
You can turn on primer if you want.
So because George was busy tonight, I had to drop him off. I ended up coming back tonight, so I just got done with like a 2-hour drive plus. And so anyways, I'm back. I think Dakota might be coming back too. I'm not quite sure, but I know at least I'm gonna stay the night and then I'll be able to work tomorrow as well. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing this. I'm gonna get this entirely done and in primer tonight. And then George said that this side is ready for primer, at least initial primer. So we're gonna be able to get that done tonight as well. So that's really good progress for tonight. And then in addition to those two things, this has been coming along as well. I just put a little bit more Bondo glass where we needed it to make it match the other side. The other side seemed to be a little bit more gradual, so I built that up. And then also there was a pocket in the back there that I filled that all up with Bondo glass. The other side, I think it stops right about here, but I think I'd like to make the other side go just as far back as this, because that way everything that is hung over will be enclosed, whereas from there back where it's going to be bolted up to the fender where you're not going to be able to see, then that'll have this pocket like that. So I think it'll be a lot nicer and a lot more finished. Pretty much everything else is where I'd like for it to be before I put it in primer. Like I said, again, this isn't 100% how it's going to be when the car is painted. I just want to get the majority of this done before we remount it and start doing a lot of the outside. So for a little update, I've got this nose piece entirely done, or at least for now. It's got about 3 coats of primer. This side, I've got this quarter almost entirely done. I need a little bit more Bondo here just because it has a little bit of an indent, and instead of doing that, I'm going to build it up so that way it has a little bit of a curve, and that way it kind of matches with the way I want the bumper to kind of shape itself at the edge here. And then this side over here, we told you earlier that George was pretty much done with this, or at least it's to the same stage as the other side. So I went ahead and primered this for now. And this means that now I can finally do this top edge here. So I'll probably do that soon. And yeah, so pretty much that's gonna be it for today. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and peace out.